Welcome back to
Unknown.
Unsolved
Unseen.
Triple U.
I
I thought you were gonna do it.
No, you always do that.
Right. Welcome back to Triple U.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. We're at the wonderful, unlucky number 13.
This is the best number. What are you talking about?
I didn't. No one mentioned yesterday was Friday the 13th. So I'd like to welcome our special guest today, our friend Billy.
Hello.
That's a great introduction, Billy.
It's who I am.
So thank you for joining us today.
I'm excited to be the first guest.
Yay. We're hoping to have some of our friends on here and there, and let's see, one is with family right now, one is traveling.
Billy was our last resort. We had nobody else after everyone else was gone.
Billy, I
I'm everyone's
reshuffled.
last resort.
I kind of reshuffled my episodes because one of the other two people wants to be on a cryptid episode, and I'm like, you know what? Today's going to be a very, very weird and unhinged one. So I thought of you.
Yeah.
That is exactly
I'm
how I would
unhinged.
describe him.
So I won't get more into the intro today. So Christmas is just right around the corner, everyone, and don't worry, today's episode has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas. So today we're going back to New Mexico, back to where Roswell happened, and we'll be exploring Dulce Base this time.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
So Sage, so first off, Sage, do you know anything about Dulce Base?
Well, the only thing that I know is is it Dolce Cabana?
What?
Which is like, I think a perfume or something. And then Dolce de Leche is the Korean latte shake at McDonald's.
That's what I thought Frank said when he told me about this episode.
What?
Which just means, I don't know what Dolce means, but I'm pretty sure de Leche is milk.
Well, we're not going to the land of milk.
Because Tres de Leche is a type of cake that's made with like 3 kinds of milk or something.
What?
I'm probably.
So are we going to the milk base?
Yeah, I'm probably totally wrong.
What?
I don't know. We're not going to the milk base because yours is Dolce, not Leche.
Apparently you thought milk when you thought of this.
No, Dolce de Leche is what I thought of.
So, Billy, do you know anything about Dulce Base?
Just from the quick Google search I did yesterday and today.
I wanted you to go a bit more blind into this, so that's why I didn't tell you anything when you kept asking for stuff, because I want you to be surprised by these tall tales of tall and short grays, reptilians, and maybe even raiding the base.
Oh my god, are we Naruto running?
Oh man, we might have to Naruto run.
Naruto running into Dulce Base.
Woo! We're starting a new fad.
So quick thing, I didn't think there would be too much to talk about on this, but I found an insane amount of information on this. Not all of it is credible. Actually, I don't know if any of it is credible. A lot of conflicting stories. Just rambling, some, sketchy looking websites from like 2013 that you're like, this person definitely is wearing a tinfoil hat. Oh, there. This tinfoil hat wearing territory website.
Yeah, so when Frank says, oh, I thought this would be like not a lot of information and then I found a lot, he was up until 3 in the morning last night writing research.
Yeah, I just kept going. I kept on finding more things.
Knowing that we had to be awake like no later than 9:30.
Yep. What? Why are you giving me that look? You guys can't see this, but Sage give me what's wrong with you look, and you know what? I defend it. I wanted to figure out what was going on, so I read stuff and I wrote the episode. I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Good movie.
Billy, what time did you go to bed last night?
Oh, I took some NyQuil and I was out by like 11.
You love a responsible king.
Weak.
I was asleep by midnight.
So, let's get our implants ready. Make sure we have all of our fingers. Let's go on down to Dulce Base. Might just have to fight our way out. Might not get out in one piece. So let's actually get into this episode here. So let's get into the history of Dulce. So a quick thing, where Dulce is a small town in northern New Mexico. Its population is under 3,000, and it's around 90% Native American. Dulce is not far from the border to Colorado. It started as a ranching operation in 1877 and a Native American reservation for the Jicarilla Apache tribe in 1887.
Wow.
Just to clarify, the Jicarilla Apache were forced into the reservation. It was not a willful move.
Mm.
And in the Dulce area, there's no official government bases within this area.
No official?
That's why I put official, because apparently there's an unofficial one.
Mm.
So there really isn't much else to the history of the area that I could find that really helps the episode. So I think we're ready to get freaky and head underground. What?
I love getting freaky.
We're going to get freaky with some aliens.
Billy, we can find you a girlfriend.
This is where she's been all along.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, that was really insensitive.
Billy, just look for a job opening there.
Yeah.
Put a Craigslist ad looking for a
Crash.
5-foot tall green alien with the big eyes. Oh,
I need a
God.
5-foot tall gray alien, preferably female, preferably single, in the Dulce area. Down
One
to
ZipRecruiter
clown.
looking for jobs in Dulce.
So, what do you guys think is underneath the ground of Dulce? A bunch of dirt and rock, right?
You didn't let me answer.
Yeah,
What do you
dirt
think?
and sand.
Think a bunch of dirt and rock?
Dirt, probably some worms, your occasional bug. That's not a worm.
You are right. Bugs are not worms.
Thank you.
Actually, wait, no. Are bugs worms? Insects aren't worms.
I don't know. Maybe some clay.
All right. Well, that's
Fossils.
that's what you thought. Then, according to the conspiracy, you would be dead wrong. According to claims starting in 1979, underneath Dulce is a large underground complex, and within this complex are reptilians and gray aliens working with and on humans, and maybe some other aliens too.
Sweet.
So, the claims behind this originated when an Albuquerque businessman, Paul Benowitz, who has a PhD in physics, which a lot of the more crazy sites love to emphasize that to make sure he's credible. So he has a PhD in physics, and so just not your uneducated Joe Schmo. He believed he was intercepting communications between alien spacecraft and a base somewhere outside of Albuquerque. And in case you're wondering, Albuquerque is 170 miles from Dulce.
Didn't Doc from Back to the Future have a PhD in physics?
I have no idea what he was educated in.
And he invented time travel. It sounds very plausible to me.
Yeah, but didn't he get in trouble with the mob or something and they gunned him down?
We don't need to feed into this false narrative about Doc.
He gets gunned down at one point. Am I not wrong?
I don't know.
You're
I
not
couldn't tell you the
wrong.
last time I watched that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I
In
watched
the mall parking lot.
Yeah. Normally, I'm the one who remembers the obscure movie things, not you.
I can't help but think of Doc all the time.
Okay.
He's always on my mind.
Everywhere I look.
Do you think he was aware of Dulce Base?
Yeah. Have you seen him?
Any real scientist would be.
So not long after, in the early 1980s, he believed he believed that he had found a base under Dulce. This place would then be known as Dulce Base, and he is the one who had coined that term.
How did he find it?
Well, that's complicated, but it's confusing. I see he claims to have seen the UFOs actually leave and enter through satellite imaging, see the landing pylons and all this stuff, NASA thermal imaging. I don't know how you have NASA thermal imaging available to you in the 1980s, but I don't know.
Time travel.
So, he determined this by investigating the area with New Mexico State Trooper Gabe Valdez, who was also a fellow UFO enthusiast. They believed the signals were coming out from under the Archuleta Mesa just over the border and also a bit into Colorado and New Mexico. So it spanned between both states. So another reason for the two of them to believe that there was an alien base in the area was that there were a lot of cattle mutilations in the area in the 1970s. A lot of these were being reported by Valdez. Just I'm only going to go a bit into these cattle mutilations, but like that's a whole different episode topic.
Enough for an entire episode?
Cattle mutilations? Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole bag of worms to unpack.
Is Mater?
Can of worms. What?
Did you say a bag of worms?
Yeah, I said a bag of worms.
I was saying Mater. Like toe Mater.
How does toe
He
Mater
does cow flipping.
How does
Or
toe
cow
Mater
tipping.
from cars tipping cows have to do with mutilating cows?
Cows?
He was pretty mean to those cow cars.
He was.
I don't think he's taking those cow cars and cutting them up and draining their blood and harvesting their organs.
I don't know what he did off screen.
Yeah. Billy and I are on the same page.
You only saw what Disney wanted you to see.
And Disney is known for having things going on off screen.
Yeah, they're pretty sketch.
Okay.
Don't sue us, please.
So, back on the topic, this is actually how Valdez and Benowitz got into contact with each other. Benowitz had seen the sensational stories of cattle mutilations that Valdez had been reporting on. And regarding Valdez, he had made claims of seeing sophisticated alien craft, and in one of these cattle mutilations, he claimed to have found a fetus in the cow. However, it wasn't a cow fetus in the cow.
What was it?
What kind of?
He is quoted saying it looked like a human, a monkey, and a frog.
Oh.
I think we all begin looking
like a human, monkey, frog?
Like a tadpole?
Human, monkey, frog.
So like
human, monkey, frog time.
How do you tell a human monkey?
It's quite the hybrid, yeah.
I don't know.
And a frog. Like, where's the frog coming from?
You think he got like the ribbit like croak sack thing on the neck?
The ribbit sack?
Yeah, I don't know what else to call it. The neck pouch, where like, say if I went ribbit in a bit, my neck just inflated.
That's literally a horrifying image.
They did that on The Simpsons with the French one time.
They've done that on anything
where The Simpsons, Mayor Quimby, I think, made fun of the French for being like frogs, and then they launch a nuke and they laugh in retaliation, and then they're all like croaking like frogs as they laugh because they're French.
Okay.
It's just like hating on French people.
Please continue.
We don't have any French listeners yet. So, Benowitz began to circulate this story in the UFO community in the early 1980s. He was telling everyone about Dulce Base, that it existed, and that he had seen things. And he even wrote to a U.S. senator in 1981 to pass on all this information. I'm really curious to the U.S. senator if they read it or if the staff read it, just read this unhinged letter like, there are aliens underneath Dulce, New Mexico. You have to do something about it. The military's involved. They're harvesting people. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Eat the cats. Eat the cats. Did they say what, Senator?
No, I didn't see what Senator.
Gosh,
it didn't tell me. I'm just interested. just to write the most unhinged. Maybe we should write to our senator and be like, yo, there's an Outback witch in the woods in Columbia, PA. I went to a day about it, but it's there. So, back on this, Benowitz also wrote a paper called Project Beta. This is what kept me up so late. This was written in 1988, so this details how Dulce Base could be successfully attacked. Basically, an early raid on Area 51, but more serious. So Project Beta walked to Area 51 could Naruto run.
That was so lame. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure I told you about that joke earlier.
It was still unexpected.
Billy, would you join the raid on Dulce Base?
I would.
Yeah. Would you Naruto run?
I would. I'd put my hands behind my back and run in there so fast.
So fast they won't even see you.
Yeah.
So I want to know, I did in fact find this document, and I'm so happy to have found it. It details a lot of what Benowitz found during his investigation of the base and alleged communications he had intercepted. It's a read. It's a whole read. I'm going to go over it later in the episode and say what, just to give a gist of what's in it. But there was too much for me to detail at all.
Sounds like that guy did his research.
Yeah, and then he published it for people to attack the base.
Anything can get published.
The Area 51 guy, he just said it as a joke online, and people took off with it, and then he got visited by the FBI. This guy wrote a detailed thing on how to attack a potentially fictional or a real base in New Mexico. In all seriousness, like, this is a serious document by him on how to raid this alleged base.
Doesn't that show to you, though, that, like, this base doesn't exist if it wasn't taken seriously?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if it was real, maybe they'd be like, let's not let this guy do this.
Yeah.
Well, he died in 2003 of natural causes, but
Natural.
some people say he was suicided or something, or taken out.
Oh, by the Clintons.
Probably.
So yeah, as I said, I'll get into Project Beta later, as it's quite the interesting document to unpack, and I don't want to break the flow yet of talking about the base. So let's get into what allegedly is underground within the infamous Dulce Base. So for the details of Dulce Base, they mostly come from 2 alleged whistleblowers and a few other anonymous sources. So the 2 whistleblowers are Phil Schneider and Thomas Costello, or Costello. I've seen both spellings of it, either Castello or Costello. I just went with Costello instead.
Is it C-A or C-O?
There's both. Is that people have both. I'm going
okay.
with the C-A spelling.
That's weird.
So I'm going to get into the structure of the base first, and then more about the whistleblowers after. So Dulce Base is alleged to be 2.5 miles underground, which is insanely deep underground. And, like, we don't often dig that deep. It has 7 levels to the base, and the levels go in the following order. First floor is security and communication and a garage for like ground vehicles. Second floor is human staff housing, garage for trains and shuttles, and the UFO maintenance area.
So does this go, like, first floor is the one that's the closest to the surface?
Yep, closest to the surface.
Okay, just wanted to confirm.
Yep, third floor is the execs, government offices, and labs.
Only on the 3rd floor?
Yeah. Fourth floor is the mind control experiments and human aura research.
Isn't there, like... Yeah.
Yeah, it's where the aliens apparently can remove, like, the soul from the body.
Well, isn't that, like, a new Gen Z thing?
I don't know.
Or, like, minus 20 aura?
Vibe check.
Vibe. Taking a vibe check and taking out their aura.
Abby
Vibe
says that
check
to me
the
all the
aura.
time.
Oh my goodness. But here is where apparently the aliens could extract people's souls, whether it's remotely or in person there, but take away your aura from you.
Okay.
Interesting.
And the 5th floor is alien housing, and apparently vats of amber liquid with human body amber liquids with human body parts to be used as food for the aliens, apparently.
What's the amber liquid?
I don't know. If they knew what it was, they'd probably say, instead of just saying amber liquid.
Honey. That's where all the honey in the world is going and why the bees are dying out.
The damn aliens at Dulce Base. We need to raid it to get our honey back. It's like the bee movie where the ATF stepped in and started poaching all the honey.
Yeah, like jazz?
God. That's our first bee movie reference. So, 6th floor is genetic experiments, also known unofficially as Nightmare Hall.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, it gets a bit more horrific as you get down. And then the 7th floor, final one, is cryogenic storage.
Isn't okay? Never mind.
Yeah. Let me check one thing, just make sure that I have it right. Yep, cryogenic storage. I just checked the source again. So, apparently on floor 6, the screams of human victims can be heard, and the inhuman screams of other things can be heard.
Now we know what it sounds like inside my brain.
Okay. And one source claimed the The official name of the floor in the manual was the vivarium. You know what a vivarium is?
No.
Billy, do you know what a vivarium is?
No.
So in case you two are wondering, I put down it's a place for raising plants and animals for research.
Oh, okay.
Here's where I think one of the more funny reports is. There's a report of an intern. Yes, a Dulce Base intern, because that's a thing, apparently, who was in the lower levels collecting data tapes and heard inhuman shrieks and noises. The intern also heard at one point that cell 34 had been breached and an entity was out of containment. Maximum force was then authorized.
Wow.
This intern wanted to return after graduating from college, but was told there were no open jobs at the time at Dulce Base. I really want to know how one finds a job opening at the deep underground military base, or any of the deep underground military bases. The dumbs out there, like what?
Definitely something you gotta be like, if it's real, you gotta be recommended for that.
Yeah, but it's like it says the person's like they really wanted to go back there and work on genetics, but we're told there were no job openings. Is there a open jobs board at Dolce Base? Do they have an Indeed
I was
account?
just gonna say, hop up on that Indeed and be like, looking for a genetics job at a deep underground military base. I'm looking
I
for a job at a dumb.
When I was graduating college, I probably missed all these opportunities. I just wasn't looking hard enough on Indeed.
Yeah, you should have been the purchasing manager for Dulce Base.
What do you think
I just
they're
got to place.
purchasing all the amber liquid?
I just got to purchase all the honey from the bees and put human body parts in the honey from the bees,
You're doing like
not the bees.
financial transactions with bees. Like, can you imagine if the bee that says like you like jazz?
I'm gonna be
You
like,
have to like meet up at a coffee shop.
I'll get an email like, hey, you have like 5 unpaid invoices on human arms. Can you please pay them, or else we're going to put you on credit hold for not paying for your human arms.
You're gonna have to start outsourcing your own human arms.
Yeah, I'm just going sourcing. I'm going to just go to a company like send a quote to them. Hey, like, hey, can you quote me on like 2 human arms and maybe like a couple human legs in there?
You know, and when I say a couple, I actually mean a couple thousand because I've got a bunch of aliens in my 6th floor or whatever it is that I gotta be feeding.
The Nightmare Hall, and they get hungry there.
Hangry.
Yeah, that's why the entity breached cell 34 or whatever it was. No idea what it was, but it didn't really specify. This source that I got it from said they got multiple anonymous emails from Dolce Base people.
How is it anonymous if they know it's from Dulce Base?
I don't know. I that was the only one of the anonymous ones I put from that site. But the intern, because I just found it so funny. An intern at Dolce Base.
Can you imagine putting that on your resume?
Interned at Dolce Base. But if you can't talk about it, someone's going to be like, why didn't you get an internship in college? I can't talk about it.
It's classified.
I'm in the cool kids club.
But it says in did 1 year of experience at a deep underground military base. Dulce, aka Milk.
Dumb experience, 1 year.
Terrible, terrible jokes.
So that's a brief thing on the floors and some of the stuff. There's apparently an elevator and a UFO entrance in like the center. And an underground shuttle that leads to Los Alamos, which is also in New Mexico. That is where we test a lot of weapons, like in real life, like actually fact.
This got serious
Yeah, I'm
a
just
little
saying.
too quickly.
I'm just saying that one's actually confirmed. Okay, I have to specify in here when something is real. So when I'm talking like Dolce Base intern, I cannot confirm that's real. Los Alamos base testing weapons, that is a legitimate thing.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
So, some of this infrastructure is allegedly, and I emphasize allegedly because it's constructed by the Rand Corporation, and I must emphasize the alleged again, as this is still an active company that does not work in construction at all. They do research, but they are a corporation. I'm just saying, allegedly, they work in Dolce Base. Billy, aren't you in construction?
I am.
You should get a job at Dolce or one of the dumbs out there.
Yeah, I could build the new base.
Billy, if you got a job at one of these places, you could literally meet the love of your extraterrestrial life
Oh,
at the base. We would just never be allowed to know, and that would be really sad. So you'd have to keep
yeah,
faking
and you'd
it.
never see me again.
That would suck. We like you.
But would it be worth it though?
I don't
So,
know.
so I'm gonna get back into this funky place. So the earliest that this base has allegedly existed was in the 1930s. Army engineers started in the 1937 to 1938 time period. Work would continue, and between 1965 and 1966, tunnels would be completed that connected Dulce Base to another alleged dump in Page, Arizona. I didn't check the distance for that, but I'm pretty sure that's like well over like 100 to 200 miles away. It's a big ass tunnel.
Yeah, that is a long tunnel.
Yeah, and it seems the some people say the encountering of the aliens happened later on, like in the 50s or 60s or even the 70s. That that spreads out over time. I see conflicting things on what aliens exist there, but it seems that there are gray aliens and potentially reptilians, sometimes called the Draco.
The
The ones that run
Draco.
our government?
Yeah, apparently these ones. So,
Okay.
so to get into the details, I'll get into our two main sources. So first, we're going to look into Phil Schneider and his tales of battle. He was a geological and structural engineer who claimed to have helped build Dulce Base and another secret base in the U.S. And he was like an explosive engineer too. So he claims that these were made for the New World Order. So we're going back to Denver International Airport stuff.
As we move toward a
It's
new
all
world order.
connected.
So Schneider claims that the base has 7 levels to it, which we see often, and 2.5 miles of it's 2.5 miles underground, and is the deepest of the dumps out there. So in 1979, during construction, they were drilling holes down there from 4 different spots that were supposed to meet up. They were accompanied by military special forces, and Schneider was also armed as an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a interesting thing to do. I mean, Billy, are you armed when you're working in construction?
I'm not.
What if an
What
alien
were they
comes out
gonna
and attacks you?
find?
That's a good question.
I'm
So,
armed with these guns, so you can't see.
oh my god! So they came across a cavern that apparently had many gray aliens in it. So that's your typical alien you see in a lot of depictions out there. And Schneider was startled by a 7 foot tall gray alien, which they're normally described as shorter. And he pulled out his pistol and shot and killed it. And when a second appeared, he killed it too.
What is up with like all your stories of these people just like straight up killing the aliens?
Man,
Look,
it's packing heat.
yeah, those aliens didn't realize that Schneider was packing heat and he was ready to take action. So, this is when disaster struck. A firefight ensued.
Strawberry jams, but this Glock don't.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please continue.
The gray aliens started to fight back with cobalt-based energy weapons, and additional human reinforcements came. An unknown number of aliens were killed, and 60 humans were killed, between scientists and soldiers. Schneider was lucky, and someone sacrificed themselves, getting him to the elevator to get out. This individual was killed, and during this, Schneider lost fingers from a blast from one of the beams, and he got cancer.
Oh, that's
So
sad.
they're both killing guns and cancer guns.
It's like that cancer ray from the Harley Quinn show.
That's what I thought of. I've seen that clip. She just shot you with a cancer ray.
Harley, why? Who even makes this?
We're on
I just like that
completely.
question too. Who would make that? Apparently, these aliens in Dolce make cancer rays.
Oh
We're on
man.
completely different wavelengths because my brain was going, no, Ron, no, he's gonna sacrifice himself.
I appreciate
No, we're
Billy.
just
You
on
were
different sides of TikTok.
Billy. I appreciate that you knew exactly the same thing I was thinking in my head. Because when I read this, I'm like, she shot you with a cancer gun or cancer ray, and that's the first thing I thought of when I read this. That's if this is real, then that's awful. I'm making jokes about it.
If we don't laugh, we will cry.
So let me just see. There were only 3 survivors in this. He claimed that the war is still being waged today, but there's conflicting reports from some of the things he said, and it sounds like the fighting is apparently over. But I can't tell which is right of these. But I'm going to say a peace deal was probably more likely based on other stories. What?
I don't know what is going on with me right now, but the jokes in my brain
What were you
are
going to say now?
if Dulce is for milk, is that where my dad went?
In case it got cut out from earlier, Sage made a joke about Dolce being like leche, which is milk, I believe, in Spanish. I don't know. I could be wrong. And
It
so we
is.
called this the milk base. And so that's where Lost Dads went to get the milk at Dolce Base.
And that's why they never came back.
They then died in the Dolce Wars.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with hating me and abandoning me.
Oh my god.
My dad didn't even leave with milk. For milk, I don't know why I'm saying that.
I'm laughing too hard.
I'm sorry, I'm so funny.
So, Schneider goes on to claim it was later found out that the aliens had been living on Earth in hiding for a long time, potentially millions of years underground.
Wow.
So that would predate them way before us. So apparently what was happening was outside of an agreed upon treaty made with the Gray Aliens with President Eisenhower in 1954, and this caused a lot of fractures in that agreement. We'll eventually cover this as well, but there's just so many different alien conspiracies and events that link with one another, especially this. We can only cover so much weekly. Even Phil Schneider could be his whole own episode.
Hmm.
So that was the first telling of the Dulce War, or Dulce Battle. I don't know. There's multiple different tellings of this, so I'm going to go into another one because another unnamed source claimed that the firefight was actually from a different event. A gray alien was giving a lecture to scientists at the time. So very different than us finding one and just gunning them down.
Oh.
And a security officer came in, and the security officer had a sidearm holstered. Weapons in the presence of the Greys is not allowed, so that Grey just killed the security officer on the spot.
Wow.
And everyone else had to die too because of that. So they just started killing everybody. And more people came to respond to retaliate, and it just kept killing people.
Alright.
This stuff is kind of wild. Kind of
Yeah.
unhinged a bit.
It is the Wild Wild West.
So, when we look into Phil Schneider's background, none of his alleged work can be really confirmed. Just like literally everything in this episode, nothing of this has any concrete proof to it. He stated that this is because the government wiped it all to cover their tracks. He also made other curious claims as well, like that his dad was part of the Philadelphia experiment, another thing that can be covered in a whole other episode eventually. He said that there are 11 different species of aliens on Earth. And let's see. These species are all at war with one another. A $1 trillion government black budget exists that funds all this. And the New World Order is real. And he also said there's overall 1,477 bases, like DUMBs, around the world, and that other militaries are aware of these bases. Some are part of it, and some are fighting the aliens. That's a lot of DUMBs out there. There is at the time 1,477 DUMBs. Dumb World.
Instead of the song Mad World, it's the song Dumb World.
In 1996, Phil Schneider would unfortunately pass away by suicide. However, some allege that he was silenced for speaking out and that the details about his death were suspicious. Um, Apparently, he said if he died and it looked like a suicide, it wouldn't be true.
Suspicious.
And I believe his wife also claimed that he did not die by suicide. So, that's what I have for Phil Schneider. There's more details to him. There's actually still more. There are lectures out there that you can still listen to and watch on YouTube from him, but he could be his own topic entirely. Billy, what do you think of Phil Schneider?
I think that's really interesting because there was someone a few years ago that did the same thing. And they're like, oh, he killed himself, but I
Oh,
guess he put out something.
I think
Who
I
was
know
it?
the one you're talking about, and like even there are like conspiracists who are like, no, he definitely killed himself, or like he was
I don't remember
taking
who it
some
was.
alternative medicine that was not really medicine and that was killing him. I forget who it is, but I know what you're
I don't
talking
remember who it
about.
was. Yeah, but that's
There's-
just what that reminded me of when you said that. But I wasn't gonna interrupt.
So let's move on to the next person, Tom Costello. He's a bit tougher to confirm. He's tougher to confirm at all in all of this because Phil Schneider is an actual person, spoken in public. Actually, we have like we know all the stuff about him, and like I always said, like he lost his fingers and stuff. Apparently, in the war, he did. He was missing fingers. It's like he was a flesh and blood person that there are videos of him people have met. Thomas Costello, not so much for Thomas Costello. The authenticity of this guy is very up in the air. Apparently, he had only done his testimony through anonymous online or through others, so never directly with him to confirm him. So, he claims he was at Dulce Base as a security officer and was allegedly employed by the Rand Corporation. Allegedly, Rand Corporation, don't come after us. This is all alleged. I read online on sketchy websites. He leaked papers, photos, and videos of the base and did an interview about it with a UFO enthusiast. This release stuff was known as the Dulce Papers. The authenticity of these are highly debated, as some of the photos have been debunked because they're from movies. They're just stills from movies.
What?
They're just screenshots from movies.
What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, so some of them can be traced down to the movies that they were from. So that does not help the case at all. He claims that the Dracos are the head honchos down there, that there are other aliens, like the short gray aliens, which serve under the Dracos, but the larger gray aliens don't. Apparently, some of the Dracos are native to Earth and have been around here longer than people, and consider them the true rulers of Earth, and see humans as lesser than them.
Oh, lovely.
So, regarding the alien makeup, he claimed the following: the Dows, which are the typical grays, not the short grays, are down there. The Dracos, which are the reptilians, and the Siakars are there, and around 18,000 short gray aliens.
It's a lot.
18,000, like holy damn! Imagine all those shorties walking around. It's Short King Central down there.
You'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I think they're like 4 feet tall, so I think I'd be the tall king there.
You'd be the tall Chad.
Yeah, I'd be the tall Chad among 18,000 short grays.
Maybe that's what you guys need to do. Is just go
Yo, Billy,
be
trip
the
to
tall
Dol-
trads.
Billy, you think you can get some drilling equipment and a plane ticket out to Dol-
Let's do it.
Okay, there is a small airport in Dolce. We can just go there and start digging underground.
Go straight in. Yeah, let's go.
Oh wait, no, we gotta read Project Beta first, so we know how to successfully infiltrate.
Yeah.
So, he said the aliens would primarily stay to levels 5, 6, and 7. He claims that there's a central hub that's controlled by security, which he was part of, and gave him max clearance, which was level 7. Clearance would increase with each level, hence level 7 being the highest. So if you had clearance level 1, you could go to level 1, clearance 2, you could go down to 2, and so forth. He did hear rumors, however, that there were more levels beyond 7. But he has no idea what they may hold, because when he was asked about this, he said, "Your guess is as good as mine." So he claims that there's a tunnel system for this, similar to what has been claimed earlier, and that the tunnel system is actually global and similar to like Godzilla versus Kong, where they had global underground tunnels. But these would go to other DUMBs, such as Area 51, one under Colorado Springs in Colorado, one under Taos, New Mexico, and many more.
Hmm.
So there's DUMBs everywhere. We might be over a dumb right now,
Uh,
or I might be sitting in a room with a dumb right now.
Well,
Oh, onto the couch for you.
Or I might be the dumb right now. Or I'm talking
There
to
you
a
go.
dumb.
Nice save, Frank.
Thanks.
yeah. I know
So,
where you live.
of course you do. We should live in the same house.
Not anymore.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
God.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, he says that the signs around the base are either an alien language or a universal language that can be understood by humans and aliens. So let's see what else does he say? Here's where the claims by Costello get a bit spicy, I'd say. Um,
I like spicy.
any person going below level 2 must be weighed in the nude. So you
I
got
don't like this anymore.
What?
what?
It's not even the
They
nude
don't
part.
take
Though.
anything down?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Do they have to have? Oh, do they have to be probed?
nowhere does it say they get pro. Actually, they might imply it here, but after they are weighed in the nude, they are given a white jumpsuit and a specific ID for the day. If a weight change of 3 pounds is observed for the person for, like, I guess, a certain amount of time, a physical examination and an x-ray are in order. And I'm assuming that physical examination might include probing.
Yeah. Sounds like they gotta check everywhere you can stuff something.
What if
Yo,
you
I'm
fit 3
stuffed.
pounds?
I stuffed a human hand from the amber liquid up my butt, and they're going to probe me to
Stuff
find
the
it.
little gray man.
Oh my god, Billy!
Smuggle them out.
There's 18,000. There's 18,000 of them. You can get away with one.
What if you like shit 3 pounds worth of shit out there?
X-ray time.
Like you shit so much. I feel like you definitely.
Okay, we don't need to talk about this on the podcast.
I feel like you definitely expel 3 pounds or more a day.
So I'm gonna get back into this and move on. When people are going into rooms, they are both their weight and their badge are checked each time to ensure security and nothing's being taken. So every room has a scale in front of it. There's no normal electrical work, and it's all done with magnets and magnetic control in the place. So no wires and whatnot.
What? How?
I don't. It's beyond our understanding how you use magnets to power everything,
Oh.
because that will come up later. But he claims that every president since Grover Cleveland has had to visit the alien city in that is Telos City, which is allegedly under Mount Shasta. So this is like a reptilian city under Mount Shasta. Apparently, when Truman was there, he was given the keys to the United States of America.
Oh, there's just like a giant door.
Yeah, he gets like one of the big keys they do in like TV. Truman's just there getting the keys to the U.S., waving happy next to a bunch of reptilians.
Oh my god.
Sounds like one of us needs to run for president.
Yo, I want to get the keys to the
So we
USA.
can figure out if this is real or not.
Man, you're right. So this shit's getting real weird. So with shit getting weird, let's keep going. He said that he had been in multiple UFOs, and most of the fleet is at a dome in Los Alamos, so not in Dulce. Let's see, multiple secret groups like the Freemasons are involved in all this too. Costello claims that on level 7, he saw rows of people, both like humans, human mixtures, and humanoid embryos, and the humans and human mixtures were in cages. These people were typically drugged or dazed, and some were coherent. They would cry and beg for help. So it's the idea that these people are just getting abducted throughout the country and being brought to this base to be tested on.
Oh, that's really sad.
So the story that the aliens would tell them is that they were trying to develop a cure for insanity, but this wasn't believed by all, and it's alluded to that they're actually just doing absolutely horrible experiments on them. So Costello then claims that this would lead to the 1978 Dulce Wars, which we've already talked about 2 different times how this happened. This is a very different telling of it. So he claims that human staff and some of the lower class aliens revolted, but none of them had weapons, and it was a massacre for them. against the more powerful and high-ranking aliens that had weapons and just killed them all. Costello was not killed, though.
Good.
Hence why he could tell the tale. Let's see. He claims the aliens are actually here for Earth's magnetic power. I guess we just haven't figured out how to use it or like harness it. But they're here to basically take our magnetic power from our planet.
Like Magneto.
Yeah,
Like how they powered the whole place with the
Yep.
magnets or whatever.
Yeah, so that's the connection. So I guess
Okay.
magnetism is like the ultimate like energy, but we just don't understand it yet,
Well, I mean,
or we aren't allowed to, and they suppress it.
if you think of like the poles,
Why?
like poles of like the Earth and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, magnets are
Well,
incredibly powerful.
I about to say like magnetic trains, like those high-speed rails, are so incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
The U.S. is just too much of cowards to do it.
Capitalism.
Well, like Big Auto is very against it.
Big Auto.
That's like a serious thing. They put a lot of money into stopping that every year.
Right.
So he also states that the aliens are also using Earth to prepare for a war with other alien species, some of them being on Mars, and some species like the Nordics. Another topic for another day, because the Nordics come up in many other cases. There are more benevolent alien species that want to help us, and their condition for helping us would be stop nuclear weapons. And apparently Eisenhower's like, no, I'm going to go with the Greys because they let me keep my nuclear weapons. All they ask in return is that they can abduct and test on people, and apparently do all this shit.
Oh yeah, just like small favor.
Yeah.
I'll give you all of this if you just like let me abduct your people and test on them.
Yep.
We could have had the good aliens, but now we're stuck with the gray ones.
Yep.
Oh man.
Alien racism.
Darn.
So here's some other instances around the place. Also, actually, one other thing is Costello also mentioned like there was like breeding of like humans and stuff and like human hybrids. It got weird, and he talked about how he worked with a reptilian, and the reptilian you can't really say his name in our tongue, but if you do, they don't like that, and they look down on us, and a lot of other crazy stuff.
Damn.
And then he released all that stuff in the Dulce papers, which were not really. That hurts the claim of all of the Costello stuff because one of it's from an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. So now on some other stuff. Outside of the base, there are sightings that supposedly support the idea of Dulce Base existing. Locals claim to see UFOs more often than other areas of the country, which is honestly a very hard metric to measure. I guess it's not too uncommon in the area, and the idea that is because of the many sightings occur that there must be a base nearby that these UFOs are either coming from or going to. Cattle mutilations happen at a higher frequency in this area, which is also a hard baseline to set, which we talked about earlier with Valdez. And also, Bigfoot has been seen in the area. And Costello actually brings up in his thing that Bigfoot sightings around Dumbs is a thing and that they are linked. These are theories that Bigfoot is actually an alien or an interdimensional traveler and that may be working in some of these bases. I really don't know how to connect these two, especially after last episode where I clearly linked the Yeti and other similar cryptids like Bigfoot to unknown species of primates from Earth. I'm not going to go too much into this besides that because, like other things mentioned today, that's a whole different episode. We'll get to Bigfoot eventually. I think we have that planned out a bit further out, but yeah, there's some crazy ideas there with the whole entire Bigfoot alien theories.
I didn't even know that there were Bigfoot alien theories.
You didn't know about that?
No,
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Oh yeah, I've read like 2 books where it's mentioned in length.
Do
What,
I
Bigfoot's an alien?
Yeah.
Ah.
do I look like an individual that is reading 2 books on Bigfoot?
No, because you read fantasy and you read romance, and I read cool books.
I do read romance.
And I read cool books.
Good for you. My books
What
are
is a
literally
cool book,
cool.
Frank?
What, Billy?
What is a cool book?
Had unhinged conspiracies that I don't know how to take. Sometimes I don't know what to make of them.
My books are literally cool Because they're about hockey players.
Oh,
Getting
So.
down and dirty on hockey. So, guys, I'm going to circle back to the fun stuff.
All right.
Project
all right.
Beta. So, let's get into something I find a little bit more goofy solely because of its similarity to the raid of Area 51 from a few years ago. Really didn't amount to anything. I did see one place talk about it, how it was actually secretly a way for them to show the hot troops there, because apparently this comes from the podcast Let's Get Haunted, where they said they went there and they said the troops that were there were hunks. They were
Oh
they were
my
hotties
God.
and stuff, and that it was a way to promote that the U.S. military is full of hot guys. Make your man go into the military so he can get it hot like them. So I'm going to go back into Project Beta. So let's start with the prologue of the document. It states what was determined during this years of investigation. If I'm reading this correctly, he intercepted video from a spaceship and the base itself and was able to see aliens, humanoids, and Homo sapiens. Those are his words, not mine. He referred to the humans down there as Homo sapiens. He had seen alien craft enter and leave the base and believed he knew where to enter the base at. He said he had intercepted a lot of communications that were in like hexadecimal code, and the U.S. military was involved somehow with the base. He then also mentions later that we can use the U.S. military to raid the base, which doesn't, conflict of interest there. He determined the aliens were devious and would employ deception, like a Decepticon, is what I wrote there.
Frank was in some type of mood after seeing the Transformers movie a
I'm
couple weeks
always,
ago.
I'm always in a Transformers mood because I fucking love Transformers.
Nice.
Top Transformers, Grimlock and Soundwave.
Autobots. Roll out.
That's about the extent of my Transformers knowledge.
Weak.
Same.
Yeah.
So the aliens had no intention of peace whatsoever. They were evil beings that lie all the time and don't really care for us. Apparently, the gray aliens were still upset about a previous capture and subsequent death of 8 gray aliens. If I am not mistaken, it's not directly mentioned, but I think they're talking about Roswell. Throwback to episode 1, the Roswell incident.
Aww.
Look, these aliens are evil, and you're like, oh, they died. Well, you know what? They're harvesting us, honey.
Humans suck.
Apparently, these
Sounds
aliens
like,
suck more.
I don't know. Good and evil is just perception.
Yeah, moral. It's all about morals.
Crazy. So, Benowitz went to talk about how to get into the base. So, the first obstacle is that every human that has entered the base is chipped with an implant. That's why I brought up implants earlier. The memory of getting the implant is wiped from anyone who has one. So, theoretically, there is a non-zero chance that one of us here has been chipped by the aliens. Have you been chipped, Sage?
I don't know.
Billy, how about you?
Well, now that you say it, I hope so.
I could be chipped too. But the
We could be
chip.
chipped together, Frank.
Oh, what if we got abducted and got chipped together? Just kidding. Unless
Less.
Oh my God.
what? Do you not want to get chipped together by aliens?
I like chips. I don't know that I like being chipped.
Oh my goodness.
You
So
haven't been chipped, how do you know?
Billy has a good
True.
point. So the chip allows for communication with the aliens, as without it you can't easily communicate with them, according to Benowitz, and you can only do that through binary or computer. Unless you have the chip. They can also use the implants to take control of people.
Oh.
Due to this, he believes that involving the military could be a risky thing, because there's probably many of them that have been chipped, especially if they've been to the base before.
So are we
Oh.
involving the military or are we not?
I don't know.
involving the
I was
military?
confused, unless I was just reading it wrong. Also, it'll be linked, like where you can find this document in the show notes, and it's such a poorly formatted. I don't like how it's formatted. You can tell it's from the early 2000s.
Okay.
So all the aliens are also chipped. So if anyone can communicate with an alien, they are immediately compromised. And Benowitz estimates that at the time of writing this, so 1988, that he conservatively estimates that 300,000 people in the U.S. have been chipped. And he believes worldwide, 2 million people have been chipped.
What percentage of our population is 300,000?
Point,
Point one.
0.1.
So, like,
How did he come up with that number?
I don't know. He did not
Okay.
say. But that's his conservative estimate, and that was over 30 years ago. So this conservative estimate, if it were still growing now in 30 years, that would be probably a high number of people chipped.
I mean, 300,000 is a lot of people to be chipped.
Yeah.
But, like, in respect to the entire United States, that's really not that much.
But that was in 1988. 88. What do you think it is now? It could be like 10 million or more now. We could have been chipped. The mailman could have been chipped.
Isn't that, like, exponential growth, though? Like,
Well, they're aliens. They got alien technology.
enough that it would exponentially chip
Probably.
people?
They probably could.
Okay.
But you could be chipped. Your mailman could be chipped. That barista at Starbucks could be chipped.
You sound like you're really trying to sell this chipped idea. What's going on over there?
I don't know. The chip thing was just an interesting thing to read. So when he talks about the aliens, they have weak bodies but superior minds and technologies to compensate for that. So their weak bodies are what needs to be exploited.
Okay.
Also, then say that no alien can be trusted and you cannot be friends with them. No such thing as being a friend with an alien. Alien racism again.
Oh.
Me and the homies hate the aliens. Me and all my homies can't be friends with the aliens.
You take that back right now.
Are you friends with an alien?
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
Whoa. You trying to say I'm chipped and I'm an alien?
You're like them fighting words. Them's his fighting words.
Oh my goodness. So, in all of these problems so far, he has no solution for the chips because there's so many implants. I guess you can find them through scars and X-ray. Like if you see a little scar on somebody, you can do an X-ray and then remove it. But there's so many people out there with him that he needs to find a cure later. But for the alien bodies, it's to more try and hurt their frail bodies. That's the first solution we have. So, he then talks about their weapons, in that they use electrostatic weapons that can hit people with beams that go up to 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
That's one hot tamale.
That is hot. That's crazy.
So, the UFOs also have similar ones as well. Apparently, there's a left or right on UFOs, but I was thinking like flying saucers, but I guess whatever they're flying ain't a saucer.
Oh, it's an egg.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they're eggs.
Throwback to episode 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
So long ago.
Back in my day, UFOs were shaped like eggs.
What type of egg? The egg itself or, the cracked egg?
Mine made the most sense.
No, I think mine made sense.
Mine made sense.
Hey, Billy, what makes sense? If I say something's egg-shaped, what do you think? Like the white egg or the egg in a pan?
Like an egg in a shell.
Yeah.
But what if you're talking about UFOs?
I say it's egg-shaped, so therefore you should just assume we're talking like the egg in the shell.
No.
You're wrong.
Well, I think, okay, Frank has an alien pillow behind him, and that would be like an egg cracked into a pan, where the egg yolk is like the top part of the spaceship.
But I didn't say an egg in a pan.
I get
just
that,
said
but
an egg.
that wouldn't be the first thing I would think of if I saw that shape.
I just have a misconception about what UFOs are supposed to look like. So.
You don't understand eggs or UFOs.
Well,
your UFO story fell into the water, and we never actually saw it.
Valid.
So, Benowitz recommends we make weapons similar and claims that his company has made 2 prototypes already at the time and believed that they would be effective. Whatever happened to these prototypes, no idea. But he made prototype weapons.
Sounds sketch.
Yeah, it really does. So he goes on that it may be easy to confuse the aliens, as he states, they abide by logic. and do not deviate off of what they are told, really, unless they are stated otherwise by a higher up alien. So, um, if they don't have that clearance from an higher up alien and get confused and something breaks their logic, they get dazed and confused out there. They might be easy to take down.
Okay.
So like they're too smart for their own good. Freaking
Hmm.
Poindexters.
What is that?
Poindexters? I don't know. I thought that's what we
I think
call.
it's just a term for a nerd,
Yeah, like these aliens, they're
Oh.
nerds,
like people with
easily
master's degrees
confused.
and stuff.
What?
Yep. Yeah. It's like when I get an error on my calculator. It's like if I got one of those, I just stand there and be like, "What do I do? I got an error on my calculator. Oh God, they have guns. Are coming at me, and I have an error on my calculator. I can't move."
All right.
So Benowitz says that the attack must come from the ground because we cannot fight the UFOs in the sky. So the dams to the Navajo River have to be closed off for at least 4 weeks to deprive the aliens of water, and then we have to go on the ground offensive and keep pushing them in further. The details get quite complicated from there, so I kind of just summarize it as we kept attacking them and keep them in there and keep away from the UFOs until you can deprive them of water and charges on their guns, and there should be no negotiations with these aliens, and they must be destroyed or completely leave the earth because they are evil.
I'm having mixed emotions because like we're being so mean to them, but also like they're not nice.
So we're going to go into the popular culture of this, which there isn't much for pop culture on this compared to other topics. There have been UFO conventions in the area, and a local casino sells shirts that say, "I got probed at Dulce Base." Would you guys buy that shirt?
Oh, I would definitely wear that shirt.
I would absolutely buy that shirt for you.
Thanks. I would wear it.
You're welcome. I don't need anything that
Oh,
states I've been probed.
I'm pretty sure if I saw the picture right on that, like the aliens in like that, like sideways pose, like paint me like one of your French girls pose,
Oh my
and it says I
god.
got probed at Dolce Base. I had it open somewhere. Man, that's
What good marketing though, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 people on this earth that would wear that shirt. And I'm in the call with both of them.
Oh yep. There. Oh, Billy, I'm gonna send this image to you real quick. Billy, would you want that shirt?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Did
god.
you look at it, Sage?
Uh-uh.
Would you buy that shirt?
For you. That's hilarious though. That's
So,
so funny.
so that's really how far the pulp culture goes because there isn't much that links it to the community. So it's a fairly small one, under 3,000. And this conspiracy does get a bit further, does go a bit further into like the creepy and weird than something like Carbondale or Roswell does. Those are a bit more harmless conspiracies. It's not people having firefights in the undergrounds against aliens and dying and getting hit by cancer rays.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, Dulce Base is potentially a deep underground military base that lies under Dulce, New Mexico, and part of Colorado. It is 7 layers of mystery, nightmares, and more. A theory with virtually no solid evidence to back it up whatsoever. Do the odd sightings, cattle mutilations, and whistleblowers prove that aliens don't live amongst us, but below us? I genuinely do not know what to make of this. I am on the more skeptical side on this one. I have no solid proof. But Billy and Sage, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Billy, do you want to go first?
Sage, you can go first.
No, you want me to go first? Okay. Um, I don't I don't even know where I'm supposed to begin. I have a lot. I have a lot of things going through my brain.
That's how I felt writing this. I didn't know where to begin.
I'm both conflicted and like I'm conflicted in my thoughts because I have such a soft spot for things that are in dire straits. It sounds like some of these aliens just need somewhere to be, and then we're just like killing them. But then they're also just like killing people. But like I hate people, so I feel like I'm gonna side with the aliens, which is probably wrong.
I think you are definitely wrong because these
Um,
aliens, some of them are using this as allegedly as a staging place to fight other aliens, and these are the evil ones.
yeah, that's just I feel like life though.
The life is to side with the evil alien.
No, I feel like we're being used by something else as a freaking shield. Body shield.
I don't think we're being used. Well, yeah, I think we are being used as a shield because the nice aliens won't attack us. So
Yeah.
they're using us to attack the nice aliens.
But, I mean, overall, sounds plausible. I'm still a little confused how we, got to a point where we thought that there was a base underneath. But, I don't know. But definitely would buy a shirt for you. Probably a keychain if they had it, and if there was an elevator, I'd get into it and probably go down. So,
Which floor would you stop at?
obviously, the floor where there's amber liquid and human remains.
The honey human parts. So, Billy, what are your thoughts on all of this?
It just reminds me of the movie Independence Day. That was my favorite movie growing up. I loved that. And just hearing this about oh, yep, all the president, there's a secret Black Ops military base where they test these aliens and stuff. Definitely interesting.
Do you think it's real?
I don't know if I'd say it's real, but I don't think it's not real. Not real.
Not.
Oh, and what is my thing to put this on a scale 1 to 10 for this week?
Gray alien.
No. How many cancer guns out of 10 do you rate this sage?
I feel like I would be in so much shit if I answered that.
Okay, let me get a different one. How many amber vats of human body parts out of 10 do you rate this?
What does the more mean?
The more means it's more believable, so the more amber vats full of human body parts out of 10.
I'm gonna go solid neutral in the middle at 5.
Right, Billy, how many amber vats of human body parts out of 10?
I'm gonna say 6.
What puts yours above mine?
The government denies it, so I automatically assume it might be true.
I mean, the government has denied UFO stuff, and it has come out that they did cover it up, but fair
exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4. Actually, no, 3 amber vats of human body parts out of 10, solely because there's 3 different tellings of the Dulce War. There's so many conflicting reports. So much of it conflicts between story to story, and they're all first-hand people.
Oh my gosh, we're bringing it back to my original story of where leche comes from.
What? Where's leche?
You
What?
said there's 3. I talked about a tres leche cake. That's 3 different milks.
Oh my god. Yeah, 3 different milks is why this
I don't even know if it's actually 3 different milks.
Oh my god.
It might be 3 layers. I don't
All
know.
the milks.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. So that's about it for Dulce Base. Billy, you probably have nothing to plug in here, right?
No plugs.
No plugs, okay. No plugs.
No plugs.
So I'm gonna give the ending spiel here. Thank you guys for listening. Check us out on wherever you get podcasts. Leave us a review, a like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Every little thing helps. Every listen helps. Share it with your friends and family. Billy, you should share this with all your friends because you're on it.
Will do.
And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, and then go check out our socials, our Instagram and Twitter /X, whatever it is. And the Instagram's been popping off more. I've been trying to post more. And go follow it. Go leave us a like.
Yeah, thank you, Billy, for being willing to be our first guest and listen to us as we troubleshoot it and get slightly angry with one another because I don't know how to work computers the way Frank does.
Yeah, this took a while to figure out, but
we're very appreciative to have you as a supportive friend.
Yeah, it took us a while to figure this out, but we figured it out, and I'm happy with it.
Because we're smart people.
Debatable, but
yeah,
yes.
by we mean Frank.
We are not all deep underground military bases.
Nope, just me.
So yeah, thanks for coming, Billy, and thanks for letting us know you'd get probed at Dulce Base if you got the opportunity.
Anytime.
So I think it's time to sign off. So remember
to look for
the unknown,
the unsolved,
unseen.
See you guys, Billy. It's the unseen, but whatever. We're good. Let's cut it here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.